Hey, what's going on, guys? Skillet's new single is out. It's You Ain't Ready. I don't really even want to do that too much of an intro. I'm really excited. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Oh, I am so ready to hear this. Pun intended. All the puns intended. Ready to go. 318, Skillet, You Ain't Ready. Victorious. That's cool, man.
A little bit of love, a little bit of grief, a little bit of pain.
Love the bass.
A little bit of strife in life, and I survive. My back is getting pushed up against the wall. I'm never giving up, I give my all. I'm never looking back, attack. It's in the past. Stand up, stand up.
That's kind of old school sounding.
You ain't ready for me. Give me your best shot, the stronger I stand. Not looking for sympathy.
Rippy.
What doesn't kill me makes me who I am. A soldier fights till he's free. You ain't ready for me. You ain't ready. You ain't ready.
That's awesome, man. That's third and old school, man. That sounds like something off Invincible, though. 2000 Invincible.
I've had enough. Am I getting through? Time to come alive. Do you want to live before you die? Hold on to your truth till you'll never lose. Stand up, stand up, stand up. You ain't ready for me. Give me your best shot, the stronger I stand. Not looking for sympathy. What
That rhythm's cool, man.
makes me who I am? A soldier fights till he's free. You ain't ready for me. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready for me. Stand up, facing the lions.
Interesting. I like that.
Facing the fire. Stand up. You ain't ready for me. Give me your best shot, the stronger I stand. Not looking for sympathy.
Pick it up, like it.
What doesn't kill me makes me who I am. A soldier fights till he's free. You ain't ready for me. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready for me.
Yo, that was sick, man. That was real cool. Yo, I love how they threw it old school. Those like drum beats when they were by themselves. Yo, that sounded something like off Invincible. Really cool, man. John sounded great. Yeah, I'm curious to... Let me see if I can find the lyrics of it real quick. Okay, all I can find is the lyrics and the teaser on the Instagram post. But I did like what I was hearing there. I did think that some of it was a little kind of samey. The bridge, I think it was Stand Up, something like that. And then a few songs down the record, you've got The Rise Up. But overall, really freaking cool, man. It had some good energy. The chorus felt a lot more natural than Save Me. And so far, all the singles have been kind of... I think this and Legendary are the two most similar together. Those are both kind of the radio rock singles. Save Me has more of the dark feel with the more... I gotta say, man, I think Save Me feels very organic in the sense it has a lot of the, kind of the normal instruments, and it's got with the keys in there too. But I really like the mix here. I think that it sounds sounds very modern, but it sounds real. It doesn't sound like there's no real overpowering synth like a lot of the songs that Unleashed had. Like you had Saviors of the World, something like that. That was just so much of that was just drowned out by the synth. This really feels like they're keeping that natural vibe, but they really dialed it back on the electronics. Again, this is first listen. I may have been overlooking something, but the instruments did stand out to me here, and I like that a lot. The bass sound, I mean, my God, this is the first record since, like, freaking Collide that I've been able to hear some bass. It was awesome, man. That was a joke, by the way. I can hear the bass in their other albums. It was just in those verses, you know, that was real cool to hear them to hear the bass finally cutting through. You know, John sounded great, awesome delivery by him. I don't think it's my favorite one out of every song that's been released. Out of all the singles, I've got such a weird relationship with these singles, man. Legendary, I was so excited and so pumped for when it first came out because I had been listening to it live for so long, and I wanted to hear the CD. It's awesome, but it did mellow out a little bit over time, as lead singles normally do. I think that's a common thing. Then Save Me came out. Everybody knows how I felt about Save Me. If you don't, I made a whole video about it. Go and watch it. And that has grown on me since then a lot. But that chorus still kind of throws me off a little bit. And that solo, yeah, there's and then Anchor is kind of like a completely different style, right? Anchor is kind of the more mellow, definitely the more ballad type song. And then we have this dude right here, You Ain't Ready, man. That was really good. That was really, really good. I think with repeated listens, that'll grow a lot more. So when Unleashed came out back in 2016, and Invincible was the first single off of it. Then I think Stars came out after that, right? Yep, Stars came out, and then... Wait, so I Want to Live, Stars, I think Back from the Dead, and then... Invincible. So those were the four that came out for Unleashed, right? So we compared those singles to here. Feel Invincible versus Legendary, the two lead-offs for both albums. Definitely Legendary is a stronger song. It's got more experimentation. The riff is more interesting. I mean, Invincible, as cool as it is and as mainstream as it is and as much attention as it got them, it's really just 4 chords the entire song. Right, Legendary, while it has a same, 4-chord structure chorus, it's got that cool riff, it's got a little bit more bite to it, a little more edge, and I think that comparing the two lead singles, you really get kind of the vibe on what each album kind of is. Unleashed is very safe, very middle of the road. As much as I love it, and as much as I've come to love, I can listen to any song off the album and have a good time with it, including the deluxe version, right? But I think with... Victorious, what we've seen so far is it feels more raw. I think it's living up to the bite that John said it had. What was the second? So Stars and Anchor. I don't know. I can't really pick between the two. I think a lot of people would say Anchor just because, I mean, when you have a fresh songs stand out above the old songs that we've known Stars for 3 years, right? But I really do love Stars. I don't know if I can pick. I think the melody in Stars' chorus sounds a bit more inspired than Anchor. Anchor is kind of mundane in a sense, but I also really love the vibe of Anchor. I think I dig the vibe on Anchor more, and I think I like the vulnerability on Anchor a little bit more as well. And then I guess we'll compare Back from the Dead and Save Me, two very different songs. Honestly, I was really expecting this song to sound a lot like Back from the Dead. When I read that title, I immediately thought like kind of that on the nose, tongue in cheek kind of just hard rock sound that Back from the Dead was. Save Me was definitely not. I think in retrospect it'd be better to compare Save Me to I Want to Live, but I'm not going to do that just because I Want to Live was the last single. This is the last single before this album comes out. So Save Me versus Back from the Dead, right? They're both hard. They both hit really well. Back from the Dead has a much better chorus in my mind. And solo, Back from the Dead solo works very well. While it may be simple, it's still, I think it does a lot better of a job to serve the song that it's intended for. Back from the Dead feels really fun, and it's not meant to be taken extremely seriously. Save Me, on the other hand, there are so many things, like I said, I think that's probably that's probably the song from Skillet I have the most complicated relationship with. I really, really want to just love everything about it, right? But I've expressed my kind of disappointments with it. But there's also so much of it that I really love. The sonically, excluding the chorus and the solo, I think it's such a phenomenal song, right? That riff, that action, the way that it's mixed, the hard-hitting sound, the tones. Everything, and the inclusion of the keys and the organic feel to it, I think it's awesome, man. I think it's what they've been lacking since Rise came out, you know? Rise was Rise was kind of the turning point for their sound. They didn't go full on, Unleashed is where they went full on with this turn and sound in a new direction, but Rise, you started to get some more of those elements, right? I think Victorious might be bringing it a little bit more back to, not Collide, because none of this stuff is as heavy as Collide is, except for the bridge riff and Save Me. That could be on Collide for sure. But the more raw feeling, I think that what made people love Skillet so much in the first place, right? And then You Ain't Ready and I Want to Live, again, the songs in a sense are probably better off compared by swapping each other. But if we're talking about last singles, I Want to Live, honestly, I know a lot of people are probably going to give me some flack for this, but I Want to Live is my least favorite song off of Unleashed. It just feels very rehashed. It feels like Awake and Alive and Not Gonna Die had a legit baby. There's not really too much interesting... okay, let me reword that. If Awake and Alive and Not Gonna Die didn't exist, that would be an amazing song, right? Because it's got a great solo. It's got an amazing vocal delivery by both John and Jen. Jen especially. That's one of Jen's best deliveries I think she's ever done. But just sonically, it sounds very, very like those two songs, and it just feels a tad bit lazy to me. Now, that being said, this felt really cool. This felt interesting, man. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day they made a song that ties kind of back to what they used to make with that old industrial sound, right? So they had those cool drums, they had those breaks, and it was interesting. It really was. I think the diversity that Victorious has definitely been pushing so far. You know, you've got You Ain't Ready and Legendary as the two lead radio singles. Anchor was the Christian single. Save Me was really kind of the how do you say it? Save Me was the surprise a lot. I'm sure a lot of people going into this did not expect something as kind of raw and organic as Save Me is. And I think you either really love it or you really don't. Except if you're me and just can't make up your freaking mind. Anyways, that was my reaction to You Ain't Ready. Awesome job. I'm going to listen to it again, and then we'll get to learning that bass line, and we'll pump that cover out. And yeah, expect reactions from... not Legendary, from Victorious. Victorious drops in 1 week. Also, I want to show you guys this. Hold on. So if you follow Skillet on Instagram, right, they were posting how they were going to do, like, signed letters to everybody who bought the album, my bad. Look what came in the freaking mail, man. Hold on. Let me turn you around. Turns out I can't turn you around, so we're going to have to do it like this. Look what came in the mail, dude. How awesome is that? How cool, man. Oh, that made my day yesterday. It seriously was, like, incredible. You get a little view of my room there, too. Oh, that was incredible, right? So, Victorious comes out a week from today. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. Honestly, I think the thing I'm most looking forward to about it is probably just being able to hear Rise Up on the CD. That song has grown on me like no other song has ever before that I've heard in a live setting, but not in a CD version. So I am super pumped. I'll do a reaction to that just because it'll more be of a reaction. It'll be more of a reaction to hearing the song itself in like studio production quality, as opposed to, because I know what the song is, I know the lyrics to the song. Yeah, so I'll do reactions for all the songs off Victorious when they drop. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys did like this. Let me know what you thought down below. And yeah, until then, take it easy, guys. Peace out.